right, guys, in case you haven't heard yet, I am going back to the Mr. Olympia 2022, now Olympia qualified. You can see how happy I am right now, super ecstatic. So this past weekend was the IFBB Pittsburgh Pro, which is actually one of the only shows I haven't won besides the Mr. Olympia. So this is my 5th professional world title that I won in men's physique. But this is by far the most important one. Only reason is because I'm taking such a long hiatus from the stage. Last time I competed at Mr. Olympia was 5 years ago. And then I came back a couple of years ago at the Arnold. Wasn't my best. My head wasn't in the prep. So many things went wrong. New coach, not enough time to prep. And so yeah, I don't even consider that to have happened anyways. So after a few years back on stage, dominant performance. My stage presence, my tan, my color was awesome. My posing was impeccable. My fullness, my muscularity, and my conditioning was extremely great as well. But I think why I wanted to show was because number one, my conditioning, and number two, my stage presence. Had a lot more experience than these guys. Although we're all pros, there is a different level to having experience on stage. Where to look, what the judges are looking for, how to present yourself, what to do when you're up there. And I won't really give you guys too much information on that because I am not retired yet. But maybe after I win my first Olympia, then I will start revealing some more secrets to you guys. But yeah, it was an incredible show, incredible experience. The positivity there was amazing. The only thing that could have made it better is if my son and my wife were there. But the entire prep, I was visualizing me bringing the trophy home and presenting it to my son. He's only 8 months, or putting it in his bedroom or something of that nature. So yeah, that was my motivation. I kept visualizing that, reminding myself who I'm doing this for, why I'm doing it. Because in case you haven't known, I've been a pro for 10 years and I've been winning. My first pro show I won 10 years ago. In fact, I got a really cool little first pro show victory photo versus my most current pro show victory photo. And it's totally ridiculous and mind-boggling just how much muscle I was able to put on. So my first pro show, I weighed 179 pounds. And then my most current one, I was 201 and a half pounds. So 201 pounds. We'll just round down to 200 pounds. So you can see in 10 years, if you're able to develop 2 or 3 pounds of lean muscle tissue per year, if you're able to not get injured, if you're able to stand a test of time, which is why we all get into fitness, look better, feel better, perform better. So if you're able to do that, then you're gonna have a very lengthy career and you're only gonna get better as I did. You can see, there was no drastic change in my physique where 1 year was completely out-muscled the next, or it's just little incremental improvements in the right direction. They add up. In the long term, they add up. It's like an investment. So what else do I want to talk about? Yeah, I didn't really do much. I did a previous video about my peak week nutrition. So prejudging was on Friday night. I weighed 201 pounds. So the night before prejudging, I put my tan on and then I went to have a cheat meal because I wanted to come in fuller. So we went to have our infamous burger, fries, and carrot cake. So I weighed in 201 and a half the next day on prejudging. And then I wanted to come in fuller. I was definitely one of the most conditioned guys on stage with the exception of Jason. And I think Jason got third. He was super peeled as well. But my takeaway there was everyone was a lot fuller than me. So I said, hey, if I don't win, it's because I'm not full enough. So on the second day, I came in with some improvements, getting a little fuller. So I had another burger, fries, and cheesecake, and a couple more carbs throughout the day. Clean carbs like rice, sweet potato, nothing crazy, just a couple extra ounces. On both days, I drank about 50 ounces of water, which is a lot more than my usual 2.5 gallons to 3 gallons per day. So instead of drinking 2.5 of 3 of these, I drank about 50 ounces all the way to 3 p.m. So yeah, I didn't want to start reintroducing water too quickly. But yeah, now we're going to the Olympia. But before the Olympia, we have the New York Pro in 2 weeks. And the New York Pro is an important show to me because I'm from New York. It's Steve Weinberger's gym. I train at Steve Weinberger's gym, one of the best training facilities in the entire North America, maybe even the world when you talk about atmosphere, environment, and equipment. So that was actually my original plan, was to do New York Pro. Pittsburgh Pro was never on the radar. So I'm going to continue with my word as a man. You know, I committed to the show, and I'm going to go forward, and I'm going to do it. Seeing as if it is in 2 weeks, at the time of this video, it's going to be in 12 days. Seeing as if it's 12 days from now, there's not a lot of improvements I can make. So what I'll do is I'm going to hold my conditioning and bring up the training intensity this week, and then pull back on the training intensity next week. So that's what I will be doing. And let me show you guys, let's rewind and show you guys a couple of the videos that I have from stage. So the pre-judging was interesting because, you know, a split center in the middle, you know, with first and second. And the judges moved the two guys split center in the middle out to the outside. Then they were looking for 3 and 4. So some people, it may appear that as if I got 3rd or 4th place. In my mind, I knew I didn't get 3rd or 4th place. In my mind, I knew I got 1st place. You know, I don't want to sound cocky or nothing. I just knew what I was bringing to stage. I knew how I looked. I was backstage. I was looking at these guys. My conditioning was pretty impressive. So I knew that I was either 1 or 2 position, but definitely not 3 or 4. So, you know, when they called me, you know, as the winner, if you can see the video, I wasn't like extremely shocked. You know, my mentor, Frank Zane, would always say, you have to go into a show with certainty. And what is certainty means is, like, you know you're going to win. And the reason you know you're going to win is not because, you know, like you look the best or whatever, is because every single day you put in the work, you left no stone unturned, you worked harder than the last prep, you improved your physique in the areas that needed to be improved. Your skin was good, your color was good, your posing was good, your confidence was good. You know, you're well rested. So when you do all these things and you have a perfect prep, which doesn't always happen, majority of preps aren't perfect. In fact, knock on wood, this was the first prep I haven't had anything go, you know, not according to plan. A couple of hiccups with some back pains and stuff, but usual stuff. I just do my part, you know, as a veteran in the sport. Spread love, share love, and, you know, inspire people to get into men's physique, because men's physique is a hell of a division. It's one of the most, I think it's one of the most sought after divisions. You know, it's either that or classic physique. So it's very mainstream. It's a very good look. It's an attainable look. You may see the pictures of me in the videos of me pumping up in the gym, and, you know, I look 220, 225, 230, but I compete at 200 pounds, and I walk around at 208 pounds, let's be honest. So I'm not this incredibly huge guy, and I'm almost 6 feet tall. So you put that in perspective, and that's a great size where you still fit into clothes, you still are healthy. You don't need to abuse your body. You don't need an excessive amount of cardio, or, you know, excessive amount of fat burners, or whatever that you guys may think or take out there. So you could be healthy, you could be downsized, and you could still be ripped and impressive, and you could still have a life outside of the stage. And that's one of the most important things. Like I said, you know, this whole thing was for my family. My son depends on me, my wife depends on me, and, you know, I got more than enough for myself. I got enough accolades and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead in 2 weeks, do New York Pro. My goal is to win that. I'm certain that if I bring my best, I could win. So that's another one for my son. But then the Olympia is for me and my coaches. Speaking of my coaches, Cash Guidry, my nutritionist, Kenny Wallach, my posing coach, and Dr. Mike Camp, who's on this channel the most frequently, my trainer. So this one is for Team Sadik at the Olympia 2022. And with that being said, I think we're at a 10-minute video. If you guys like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you have any questions specifically about this prep, or things maybe I didn't touch on, I could touch on it during the next video, so just let me know. All right, peace out, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.